Science Bites. The Earth is in constant motion. Every day, thousands of earthquakes happen around the globe. Some can be devastating, like the recent tragedy in Haiti. Others can go virtually unnoticed, like the hundreds of tiny tremors in Yellowstone National Park each week. In today's Science Bite, museum scientist Kirk Johnson explains why earthquakes happen and how mountains are born.
Earthquakes have been in the news quite a bit lately because of big events in Haiti and Yellowstone, but the Earth is always on the move. It turns out that lots of little earthquakes are happening all over the place all the time. And why is that? And why don't we see those things? The Earth is really a complex thing. It's actually got a lot of structure in it. It's not uniform at depth. As you go down into the Earth, there are cracks, there's layers, there's heat, and as heat moves and pushes those cracks around, stress builds up, and when that stress lets loose, you get earthquakes. On January 12th, a huge earthquake, a 7.0 on the Richter scale, hit Port-au-Prince in Haiti and caused huge devastation and over 100,000 deaths. That earthquake was the responsibility of two big plates, the Caribbean plate and the North American plate, which normally move past each other pretty smoothly at about 1/2 inch per year. But this time, stress built up on those plates, they got locked, and when they let loose, we got this tremendous earthquake and all of this devastation. Between January and February of this year, Yellowstone National Park has seen almost 2,000 little earthquakes. You'd feel them if you're up there, but they're not knocking down buildings. These are little tremblers, and there's so many of them, they call it an earthquake swarm. This kind of small level background noise earthquake is a different kind of phenomenon than the big earthquakes of Haiti, and what we're seeing here is the surface effects of heat moving deep beneath the Earth's surface. Yellowstone is a large volcano, and something's going on down there that's causing the Earth to shake gently in Yellowstone on a regular basis. Colorado is known for its Rocky Mountains, which rise right out of the Great Plains. And those mountains are there because there are faults right along the edge of the mountains, and those faults saw motion starting about 68 million years ago. So had you been here 68 million years ago, Denver would have been a really earthquake-rich place because the mountains are being pushed up, and they got pushed up about 4 miles. The thing is, those faults stopped moving by 34 million years ago. So today, we've got the mountains, but we don't have to worry about the earthquakes. Before I started studying geology, I used to think that the Earth just was sitting there, didn't do anything at all. But the more I studied, the more I realized that the Earth is just moving all the time. It's rocking, and the more you study it, the more you understand that the Earth is a really dynamic place.
DMMS.